Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Common Sense Warriors. My name is Reiner, and this is Lyle. And quickly, before we go and introduce our guest, I want to just touch a little bit on a current event that's something that everybody should be aware of. This year, apparently, is going to be one of the hottest year, actually the hottest year on record in Canada, period. And there's a lot of people that are excited about that. I'm terrified. And the reason is our fire season. Did you know that there's already a fire ban planned for next week? The Caribou region is putting on a fire ban. No campfires until the end of September. And that's because half the fires last year were caused by irresponsible people. And that includes cigarettes, and that includes campfires not being put out. So if you want to get mad about the fire ban, get mad at stupid people who don't know how to deal with the fires. That's my public service announcement today.
And remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
Exactly. Good job, Smokey.
I love Smokey the Bear. Well, good morning or good afternoon, whatever is. Good day, everybody listening out on the World Wide Web. Our guest today is Alisha Wilby. Alisha, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Just so everybody knows, this is our third kick at the can. We had technical, fourth.
Third of this one.
Third of this one.
This one, yeah.
Of this one. This is our third kick at the can with Alisha. We had technical difficulties twice. So if she knows her story quite well, it's because we're all well practiced at it. So anyway, you guys are in for a treat. Alisha's got a very interesting story, a very entrepreneurial journey. And that's really what we want to focus on here on Common Sense Warriors. And also to bring to the forefront common sense in what we're talking about, because there's not a lot of it in our country. So or in the world right now. So anyways, Alisha, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So Alisha, tell us a little bit about yourself. Alisha represents Maple Organics, and Maple Organics I'm a big fan of. I live off the muscle therapy after working out or after doing some exercise. But there's also cold and flu. There's also other things that are in there. So Alisha, why don't you tell us about how you got into being self-employed and that, because that's an interesting story.
I started my work experiences, my career in the sporting goods industry, and I've been working in the sporting industry for 15, 20 years almost, which is crazy to say because I don't feel like I'm old enough to have done such a thing. Mm-hmm. But working in the sporting goods industry and loved it, loved every part of it, loved the people, loved the opportunity that it gave to fulfill my husband and my obsessions with snowboarding and with mountain biking, and later for me even road cycling, which was something I never thought I would do, but it was awesome. I loved what I did. I had a team of people that I was managing. I loved all of it. It was great. And then it got to a point where I wasn't loving it anymore because I wasn't being supported the way that I needed to be, and I wasn't being I guess I wouldn't say necessarily rewarded, like in the means of, call it like people throwing money at me, but I wasn't being rewarded anymore for the amount of work and the amount of effort I was putting in. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's a big thing. That's something I tried to do with my team, was ensure that I was always providing them with reward by congratulating them or just recognizing their efforts. And so I got to a point where that just wasn't happening. Things were really not, there was some issues that were happening, and I just wasn't getting ahead the way I wanted to. Mm-hmm. And I had actually made a doctor's appointment to go and get the paperwork signed for going on to stress leave. I had full intentions of going on stress leave for at minimum 6 months.
Wow.
I needed a break. Mm-hmm. So long story short of that was that I got an email, and I got an email for a meeting request, and some of my team also got an email request, and out of my just intuition and my gut kind of told me something, had a quick little powwow with my team and said, I don't know what's happening right now. I don't know what these meetings are about, but just be prepared that if something happens, good or bad, I don't know what's going on because it's kind of odd that this whole thing is happening the way it is. Just don't go into this meeting and get blindsided. Be ready, because I care too much about you guys to not get you somewhat prepared for something.
Yeah.
I kind of had a gut feeling something was happening more on the, call it the negative side for me, but I wasn't worried. Went into this meeting, and for my meeting, I wasn't laid off. I was let go that day.
Yeah.
In a mass layoff or a mass let go.
Yeah, corporately restructured.
Corporately, yeah.
Yeah.
The company had made some changes in the ownership, and our group got let go that day.
Yeah.
I had a grin on my face so big, I didn't even know what to do with myself. I was so relieved. I had such a weight lifted off of me. I didn't have to go to the doctor. I didn't have to go through the paperwork and the crap to get approved or whatever. I just got to go.
Yeah.
I went to my desk like I was on a TV show.
Yeah.
I got my box. I filled up my box with stuff, and I had my plant, because I did have a plant, and I walked out to my car. But the best part was I was dressed so cute that day. I had on the cutest dress and these super wedges, and I was like ready. And it was a gorgeous day. It was awesome.
Was it a big plant? Because
No, it was little.
Oh,
it wasn't
okay.
so big that it was a little plant. Like it was perfect. It was just the whole thing. I wish I would have had a picture.
And you moved your little cubicle workstation out of there. And
Yeah. Went to my car and I left. And I was just like, oh, thank you.
The one thing that really irked me when I was working for larger companies is you get those meeting requests and you had no idea what it was for.
Yeah.
And the anxiety building up for that, it's like, oh, what's this meeting about?
Yeah.
And you're like, we'll talk about it tomorrow. It's
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want to talk about it
Yeah.
tomorrow. Let's figure it out now.
Yeah.
Like,
Talk about it Monday is always the best.
oh,
one.
yeah, because they do
Yeah.
it on a Saturday. They'll send it
Yeah.
to you on a Saturday.
Hey, how can we ruin their weekend?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's
oh,
ruin
I
it.
know.
And they're
Yeah.
trying to ruin their life too. And that's I think that's a great perspective on it though, because you got let go. And I'm sure some of the people that you had working with you and for you were not really as taking it as well as you were.
No, and I mean, there was some of my team, it's kind of, they cut out myself and a couple of my team members just because with the new transition, the new structuring, they didn't need such a big team, which for me and my role and them letting me go, I totally got it. I understood.
Yeah.
They didn't need me in that role anymore. I was quite confident that I wasn't let go because I was doing a crap job, because I was good at what I was doing. The morale in my team and the productivity in my team was at one of its highest levels. Like it was awesome. So I don't think it was that. I think that I probably just cost too much to keep on. So
And that's
I was okay with that.
and it's really that's a big thing for people to realize, is that if you're really good at your job, large corporations are going to keep you very long because you've probably maxed out your compensation, and they can find somebody to do your job for probably half the cost.
They might be able to, yeah.
and it's all about shareholder value
Yeah.
and the bottom line.
Yeah.
There was one time when I got laid off, the Kleenex box came across the table, and it's like, I don't want to cry, dude. This
Yeah.
is like the best thing that's ever happened
Yeah.
to me. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
How they think that you're hurting you, and you're
and
like,
it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm not.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like, yes, I get paid for a
Yeah.
year to not do anything.
Well, that was one of my favorite parts of the whole moment, the whole day,
Mm-hmm.
was when they ripped the Band-Aid off for 10 minutes,
Yeah.
which is like, come on, just tell me. But
So they had the big preamble, like,
yeah, they
oh,
had
this
the
is our
big
corporate
meeting
vision.
of all this stuff and blah 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 blah.
Look how
whatever.
important we are.
Yeah,
And, yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't. I don't have anything against the company. They made the right decision for them, and they did the restructuring and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the part that really made me giggle was when they had the HR meetings after they laid you off. You had to stay in the building for so long, and then you had to go get your package from the HR people in your little cubicle, like in your little meetings room and whatever. And they gave me the thing, and I was like, fine. And I had the big smile on my face, and I really think they thought I was crazy and whatever. And then they were like, oh, well, we have a career counseling company here today that if you'd like to meet with them right away and talk about next steps about, looking for a new job and like updating your resume and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, no. And then they told me the name of the company, and I thought it was ridiculous. I won't name the company.
Yeah.
But the word was definitely inappropriate in the means that, let's call it was like Job Excitement was the name of the company.
Happy fun times.
Yes, exactly. It might as well have been called Happy Fun Times. Like, today's like a happy day. And I'm like, for me, I am very happy about this.
Yeah.
But if the girl that was standing behind me, who was in like hysteric tears after she got told, was in here, and you presented this company to them with that company name, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
It was actually a very empowering moment for me to call out the name of a company to the person who I was talking to, like, why are you doing this? Like, you're just putting salt in their wounds. But it was a great day. And then I went home. I talked with my husband. My husband was very supportive after,
Yeah.
like, because he knew how unhappy I had been. I am an emotional person on a regular day. That's just part of who I am. But crying at work was too common,
Okay.
and he was really didn't like that. He doesn't like to see me or hear me cry.
Yeah.
So he was quite supportive when I got home and said, let's.
Well, and he's got his own business too,
Yeah.
does he not? Yeah. So
So-
he's an entrepreneur. So it's like, all right, well,
Yeah.
if you're working for the man and you're crying all the time, then
Yeah.
that's not really a good solution to the
Exactly.
problem, right?
So-
That's more common than people
Yeah.
may think. My wife works for large law firms, and I have to tell you, for at least half of her career that we've been together, the crying was very real, very frequent,
Yeah.
because lawyers just don't know how to treat people.
Yeah.
And you know, literally, she was the butt of their inability to communicate properly, and
Yeah.
and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, but it's a lot of large corporations are like that. You're basically a number, and you know, that's just
Yeah.
life.
And I think communication is a big thing, because if you can't communicate what your message is, even from a corporate standpoint,
Yeah.
and it's coming down to the minions that are actually trying to execute your vision
Yeah.
as a corporation, it's not going to work, and
Yeah.
if you can't communicate. And that's where I think like they have a corporate vision. Usually the corporate vision is to make as much money as possible, and
Yeah.
people with all their salaries and benefits kind of get in the way, right?
Yeah.
So
And you know what, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, I work for companies now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an independent sales rep now. I've made that changeover to be, to do my own hours, my own work.
Yeah.
And I still work for, I work for companies,
Mm-hmm.
but I can write my own rules, and I can do my own schedules, and I can do all of that, and
Yeah.
I can make it what I want it to be. And if there's things that I don't like or that I don't have, I can either create them, request them,
yeah,
or not move forward with that.
yeah,
Because I've now empowered myself with the ability to make my own choices in my work. And it's awesome. Like, I love working with my husband now. Like, I love it. He asked me to go and see suppliers and pick up supply for, my husband has a renovations company. And I get to go to the tile shop or the plumbing wholesaler or whatever. I love interacting with these people. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Like, there's some great people. The last time I was at the tile supply place picking up cable for doing a heated floor, me and the front desk clerk, we were hugging. Like, it was like I was saying hi. Like, it was awesome. Like, I love it. So yeah, that was a blessing to just get that opportunity to move my life forward and change what I was doing and get to focus on the things that I'm passionate about. And one of the biggest things I'm passionate about is helping people. I've always wanted to be able to just help.
yeah.
And that was another thing that really got to happen after I got laid off. I call it laid off, maybe quit. I quit, call it what you want.
Quit with their help.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And after that, there was a couple major things that happened in my social circle that people needed me or could use my attention, my time, my help. And it was amazing to be available at that time.
Well, I think that just reinforces that everything happens for a reason.
Totally.
Right? Yeah.
Like, it couldn't have happened at a better time. It gave me the time to, like, focus on me for a little bit, sleep in for about 2 weeks. Oh God, it was so great, but it was awesome. And
Yeah.
then I got to focus a little bit more attention on Maple Organics.
So how did you get into Maple Organics? Because it's a local Fraser Valley company from Surrey, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was on Facebook one day. My girlfriend had posted something about this purple box, skin therapy, and all I saw was the word eczema. And I had just been to the drugstore, not the drugstore, to the health food store to see if I could find a new topical that I could use to help fight it and or just avoid it, because I get eczema on my eyelids.
Ouch.
Yeah, as a girl, that's not cool.
No.
I don't think it's cool.
I don't
for
think
a
it'd be
guy
cool for a guy either.
No,
but
no.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
No. So I was looking for something. The naturopath lady or the lady at the clinic or at the shop I was at said, "Oh, we have this. It's $70." And another client said she thought it worked. And I'm like, I'm out. No.
$70
Yeah.
for skin cream?
And it was like an oil little, I don't even know. So I'm like, you know what? If it was $70 and it was something I knew it worked, 100%, I'll pay you. I'll pay you $100 for it, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll take what works.
Well, if it works, you'll pay whatever,
Yeah.
right?
So my girlfriend had posted this purple box. The word eczema popped up. She's a friend of mine, a friend of my husband's from high school. I've known her now for 23 years, as long as I've known my husband.
Yeah.
And I respect her. She's a registered nurse. I knew that if she was posting something, it was legit.
Yeah.
I bought the product. I used it, loved it. 2 weeks later, I was like, I need to work with Maple Organics. I need to be able to help other people with their ailment. If it just be eczema, I'll take it. I will, but I want to help.
Yeah.
So I was in like a dirty shirt right away.
So can you, from what I understand, that Maple Organics is the only organic USD certified, is it Canadian Health certified as well?
We are the first,
Health
we're
Canada?
Canada's first organic pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
So what happened is, Rosie Atwell and Ashley Ward are the co-founders of Maple Organics. And originally Rosie had she needed something to help fight with her or take care of her eczema. And she was, when her son was born, she, I guess, was seeing signs already and knew that she was going to need something for him as well. And so she developed actually the baby version of the skin therapy, which is Baby Balm. It's a little bit lighter version, but it was to help with his eczema. And then the line just grew and grew. But what was next was her son then got sick. She went to the drugstore, got some Vicks because that's what everybody used.
Yeah.
Went to go and apply it, but looked at the back of the box and like kind of stepped back.
You
and
couldn't pronounce half of
You couldn't pronounce what
yeah.
it was, and
Yeah.
she was just like, okay, I have been doing this thing for like, I've made sure that everything I eat is organic and natural for when I'm feeding my child. I've done all of these things for my body while I was pregnant to make sure that I was, growing a healthy baby and doing all of these things.
Yeah.
And now that he's born and now that he's got up and now he's not well, I'm going to treat him with something that's completely opposite of what I was trying to accomplish in the first place. So she called Health Canada and said, what's a natural option? She's like, there isn't one.
There's none.
So
that's the Vicks, the stuff you put
this
on.
is the junior cold and congestion.
Yeah.
She made a junior version because you have to be careful with the amounts of eucalyptus that little guys and little girls have, just because you just have to be conscious of the percentage. And so we made a junior version. We have an adult version,
So
but
that's the Vapor Rub.
this is like
The
Vicks Vapor
Rub,
Rub.
yeah.
Because that has bothered me since I was young, because it's petroleum. When you
Exactly.
Well,
we're
and that-
rubbing petroleum on
Yeah.
our kids, and,
And
I'm like,
all of these products are petroleum-free products that if you were to go to the drugstore, go to your PharmaSave, you would find the drugstore
Yeah.
version, and one of the first ingredients is petroleum jelly.
Yeah.
And
who thought that? I mean, somebody went, oh, hey, we have all this oil byproduct. Hey, can we rub it on the skin
Right.
of kids?
yeah.
Well, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, your skin is your largest
It's-
organ,
yeah.
so and I didn't even know. I'm like, how does this stuff work? Like, how can joint therapy or muscle therapy come on my muscles? You rub it on your skin, and then it makes my muscles feel better. I have no idea how that can even work. But then it was explained to me that it is a large organ,
Yeah.
and that it absorbs anything that you put on
Yeah.
it. It's like, okay, that's kind of
It's
scary, actually. Like,
it's super scary.
some of the stuff that we're putting in our soaps and
Yeah, exactly.
the one thing that I do want to touch on is bug spray.
Yes.
So Maple Organics has a bug spray out.
Yeah.
And now it's coming up to summertime and
Yeah.
bug season's coming quick.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of DEET and there's a lot of nasty chemicals in
There is.
Deep Woods
Yeah.
is like, you can't even pronounce I think the first ingredient is water, and then the rest you
Or,
can't
like,
figure
yeah.
out what it is. So
Yeah.
like how is that one with the bug spray how is that one formulated?
That one is, I mean, it is call it a water-based product as well. And then it is a combination of different essential oils that that you would find in nature. Like, they're all natural products, and they all have the right ingredient amounts of each that it works. It topically, actually I brought, topically it feels super soft. This is our bug spray.
Oh, cool.
Topically it feels super light. It's like a water. It doesn't go on greasy, and it is inclusive of the eucalyptus and the tea tree oil. And
It doesn't make you smell like a bush when you're done?
It has a scent when you first apply it.
Yeah.
But honestly, it dissipates. Like, I could put it on right now, you'd be, okay, I can smell the essential oils, but then it dissipates. It doesn't feel greasy. It doesn't leave like a yucky feeling on your skin or on your hands after. And it has done amazing things. Like, this product, my husband was working on a job up in Whistler for almost a year and a half. So he was there through many seasons.
Yeah.
And he was always outside because they were doing a giant addition to a house.
Yeah.
And it even warded off black flies. I will never claim that this is 100% bug proof.
Yeah.
That this is going to ward off every single.
Well, there's no such thing.
No.
But I think
Unless-
bugs just like the chemicals in that. you
Yeah.
know, I mean,
But this stuff, I've had great success with this. I've used it in Mexico. We've used it like locally. It's awesome. It's safe for the little guys. You don't need a whole lot. And
So if you're listening in Winnipeg,
yeah, like those
before
giant
the
pterodactyl
mosquitoes, yeah,
cedars.
they're going to come carry you away.
Yeah.
Come take a look at this
But
online.
it's awesome. It's the jar is $25. I've been using this one, and I've been using it a lot. Like, I used it over the last summer quite a bit, and I've got more than half of a bottle left. So it does go a long way. You only need 2 or 3 pumps. So it's
Wow.
awesome.
Cool.
It's a great alternative. And the other thing that we've been recommending it for, because of the ingredients that are in here, with the citronella, lemongrass, tea tree, and the eucalyptus, it's also great to use as a lice deterrent for the kids.
Oh,
So putting
really?
it on the back of spraying it on their hair, because lice don't like dirty hair. They like clean
they like
hair.
clean hair, yeah.
So spray it on.
oh, I was doing it all wrong when my kids were
Yeah.
young.
So many parents do though. So many
How dare
parents
you
think
keep
that
your
it's
kids
a dirty
clean.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So spraying it on their hair before they leave for school, or the backs of their hoods, inside their hoods of their jackets. Again, you're gonna smell a little bit when you first apply, but
You don't know pain until your kids come home with lice.
I have-
It is
Uh-huh.
absolutely the worst.
I don't think
Oh.
me or my brothers. I have 3 younger brothers. I don't think I ever recall any of us actually having had lice. My mom might.
It's terrible.
Tell me
It
different,
gets
but-
everywhere.
Yeah.
They're just nasty.
So yeah, it's a great product, but the whole product line is pretty amazing.
And you explained to me that it's reverse engineered. So what they did is
Yeah.
they took like a
They took,
pharmaceutical based type of product, and then they re-engineered it to be organic.
Yeah, so they worked with Health Canada when Rosie went to them with the Vicks baby. She reverse engineered it with Health Canada to find the natural ingredients that would give the same effective rate as those chemical products.
Wow.
And what we did is we created the product, and then we gave them to Health Canada to test. And they tested and confirmed that they have the same effective rate as the products that you'd find at the drugstore.
Okay.
So Vicks Vapor Rub for these two, our Muscle Rub is like an A535.
Yeah, that's
And-
the one that I like.
That's more
I-
like
This is-
A10.
I
three.
live
it's
off
awesome.
that stuff. It is.
Yeah.
I shameless plug here. It is the best stuff I've ever tried on my muscles after a workout or after doing judo in the evening. Yeah, I'm not young anymore, so it hurts a lot.
That's true, old man.
But it's also great, like I've proven myself, my personal experience with the muscle and the joint therapy. So the joint therapy is instead of your over-the-counter Voltaren,
Yeah.
which is a big, and
Voltaren's everywhere because
It
most
is.
people that have arthritis,
Yeah.
Voltaren is the first
It's
thing
the
that
first thing they go
get
to.
to prescribe
Yeah.
to, and they mix the Voltaren at the pharmacy, or there's
There's
counter,
there's
right?
over the counter
Yeah.
stuff that you can buy like off the shelf basically,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a prescription version. I am not I will not claim this to be the 20% Voltaren.
Mm-hmm.
This is the counter, like you
Over
can
the
buy
counter.
for a
I'm
while.
going to add to that shameless plug because I've got, as most people know, I've got some major injuries throughout my life. I'm old. I'm almost 60. And now those injuries are coming back to bite me in the butt. And inflammation, all that kind of stuff. And I tried your product last week. And holy cow, it really works. And we're talking minutes, not hours, where
Yeah.
I am so thrilled. You have pretty well a lifetime customer
Awesome.
now. Yeah, I'm absolutely impressed, and I really, honestly, I know we eat organic, we do everything organic, and I know, to me, organics is always not quite as strong.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, for obvious reasons, those
Yeah.
chemicals are harsh, they're
Yeah.
nasty. And I thought, okay, well, we're going to try it. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
what is this?
Yeah.
This worked, and,
Yeah.
and that blew me away. So, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank
and
you.
I'm not the type of person to really use stuff like that. I'm very stubborn, if you ask my wife. I'm extremely stubborn when it comes. If I'm sore, I'll just want to complain about it rather than do anything.
So it helps.
It does.
Complaining
It does.
helps.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes me feel better. I
Yeah.
don't know about anybody else.
You can
but-
ask my husband; he'd agree with me.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with you, but I
It's a husband thing.
Yeah.
It's like to whine.
No, he
Yep.
he knows I like to, so yeah.
Yeah. So I really I think it's great. And then the other with the skin therapy, my daughter had some really pretty harsh acne. Like it was painful for her, and she started using the regular skin therapy on her face as her nighttime routine, like to wash her
Yeah.
face and then put it on her face to keep things kind of. And her acne is almost all gone.
Yeah, I was. I talked to your
Yeah,
wife,
yeah.
and yeah, I was so excited because for me, that's one of those things that just kind of gives me I get a little verklempt. I'm
Yeah.
like, it makes me super excited because I'm so passionate about those results, those opportunities to help somebody,
Right.
and to know that if I look back at me when I was 15, and if I would have had this, and it could have helped me with eczema, and if it would have helped with my acne, and what I like, this would have just been like, it would have been a huge thing for me. And I've actually gone to people, and there was a girl that I saw that was suffering from severe eczema, and I asked her if she would be interested in doing a product swap. I was at the Abbotsford Health and Wellness show.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to her, and I felt a little uncomfortable at first because I didn't want to call her out on it, but I'm like, would you be interested in doing a product swap? Let's just trade. I'll use your product, which is a product for curly hair. It's so awesome. I'm loving it because I have it in my hair right now. But I wanted her to try it.
Yeah.
And I can't say I've spoken with her yet. It hasn't been quite enough. I was going to give her a bit of time, but I was just so passionate about making sure that I could get her to try, to get her to help her.
Yeah.
Try to help her. And but yeah, those kind of things are just awesome. And this, I mean, all of these products are USDA certified organic. All of our therapy products, the muscle joint, these all have NPN numbers, which are numbers that Health Canada allocates to products that are natural medicine.
Okay.
So that they're confirming and certifying it to be an effective product, effective, safe product.
So we have a local product.
Yep.
That's Fraser Valley. It's from the Fraser Valley. It's organic. It's good for you. It actually does work.
Yeah.
And you have like 3 people here that believe in it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So here, and this is what I'm noticing now with talking to people that are entrepreneurial in spirit. They don't do it to make money. They're not doing it for the money. You're doing this because you legitimately want to help people.
Yep. And I was just talking to somebody yesterday, and within Maple Organics, there is opportunity to, I do have people on my team. I do have people that I work with and that are helping me build my business as well. But honestly, my passion is to sell this product to people because I really want to help the people.
Yeah.
And I was talking to one of my consultants, one of my people on my team. I was with her yesterday, and I was like, I'm not as worried about or driven by building my big empire in maple organics. I'm passionate about building my client base.
Yeah.
Because I want people to say that they've made the change. They've replaced 8 products that they have in their cupboard in their bathroom
With
with
one.
skin therapy.
Yeah.
So, their after bite, after they did get a bug bite, their after sun cream, their Vaseline, which this is the replacement for, their eczema cream, their cortisone cream.
You could use that on tattoos too, right?
My husband
yeah.
used this on his tattoo.
Yeah.
After he got a brand new tattoo.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, like there's so many things.
They always upsell you on the stuff at the tattoo shops,
Yeah.
right? They always say, "Here, buy this stuff off of them."
And there is more tattoo places that are going more natural with their products. But my husband did like it. I have a buddy who him and my husband got tattoos at the same time one time, and they both use it. But it's just great because you can take out so many products. So for $36, it's like $32 with tax. You've replaced way more than $40 worth of product.
And you don't need a lot either.
No,
Like,
and it
a
goes
long
so
ways.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you love helping people. What else do you do to help people? What are some other things that you have, like passion projects or some types of things? Because that's what we really want to focus on with this. I think business people, business owners, we've been kind of vilified in the last couple of years by certain, I'm not going to name any names.
All the governments?
Oh, yeah, but we're not supposed to bash the government
No,
here.
we're not supposed to bash parties.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We can bash
Okay,
the
the government.
governments.
The government has come out and they basically went full on attack mode to small business people, and what they didn't really realize is that they're attacking the people that are really the salt and pepper or the salt of the earth.
Yeah.
Like we, as business owners and business people, we have no safety net. We have nobody paying us a paycheck if we're
Yeah.
not going to go out and do what we need
Yeah.
to do. So
Yeah.
you need to be
Go on
passionate.
sick leave. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
on sick leave. Let me know what works out for me.
Yeah.
And just like you, if you don't sell this, you're not making any money.
Yeah.
You don't. But you have to honestly believe in what you're doing,
Yeah.
and that's where people need to look at this and say, okay, the person that I'm dealing with, are they an employee, or are they self-employed?
Yeah.
And if they are self-employed, why are they self-employed? They are self-employed because they like what they do,
Yeah.
and they like to help people.
Yeah.
So, what are some other passion projects you've got going on?
Well, for me, I mean, one of my biggest passion projects is to encourage people to do what's going to make them happy.
Okay.
Because for me, this makes me happy. Working from home makes me happy. Working with my husband makes me happy. And making choices for yourself that will bring you down a path of happiness. I also am all about supporting people in their ventures, I guess, as well. Is if I have a consultant that wants to work with maple and do maple, I love working with people. I'm a great manager. I've managed teams. I love that part. I love encouraging and giving them ideas and giving them inspiration to do bigger, better things. But I also, I mean, my big help thing too is I recently finally, after I guess it's been a year, came out with the fact that I've done 3 IVF cycles, and being available.
It's okay.
Cut that out. Being available.
No, it's you got, and that's what people don't realize is that there's always a second or a third side to everything, and
Yeah.
and and I find this really with social media as well, because everybody puts on social media all their best stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look at it and you're like, wow, their life is amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you looked at your life on Facebook or
Oh.
Instagram, it's completely amazing.
It
And
is.
then all of a sudden, boom, you drop the bomb
Yeah.
that you've been trying to
Yeah.
have.
And it wasn't something that I posted to get like, oh, so sorry. It was more that I put it out there because I realized that there wasn't enough help out there. There was
Right.
Discussion.
And the discussion that I
Yeah.
got back, not necessarily right up front and like out in everybody's view, the amount of responses I got back in private messages and people
Yeah.
reaching out, and holy crow, how many people had gone through it, blew my mind. And them understanding where I was at and me being able to give them feedback of and experiences that I'd had
Yeah.
that, and I say I, but me and my husband had, that were things that I just felt so passionate about sharing, to be able to give that other person support,
Yeah.
because there's so many missing pieces in some of that.
And to know that they're not the only ones going
Exactly,
through this.
'cause-
Like there's so many people going.
Yeah.
And that's goes for everything. Like everybody's struggling. And I
Yeah.
think that people really need to know that. Like we're not going to sugarcoat this on this show. And that's what I really
Yeah.
like about this is that, this is real. Like
Yeah.
life sucks sometimes. Sometimes life is beautiful.
Yeah.
And we put our best stuff on Facebook. We put our best stuff on Instagram. We put our best person out there. But behind that, there
Yeah.
is still people that are living life and getting the crap beat out of them
Yeah.
by life.
Yeah.
And we just you pick up your bootstraps and
Yeah.
you just keep moving forward. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing that, and thank you for bringing your story to the internet. And
Thank you.
looking forward to posting this one and
Awesome.
sharing the journey. But you're not getting off scot-free yet.
No.
We have a surprise for you.
1 second before you give me a surprise.
Yeah.
Also, too, Maple Organics, something that I want people to know is you can contact me if
yeah.
you have any. It's alicia.wilby@mapleorganics.com is my email. You can find me on Facebook. It's Alisha Wilby, Happy at Maple.
Okay.
I think it because I am. And locally, if you want to find this product, you can also find this at New Leaf Health and Wellness, or in Abbotsford. New Leaf Total Health and Wellness.
New Leaf Total Wellness Center. Yeah.
Yes.
Got
So
it.
you can find this at New Leaf, which is awesome because they have a good variety of product, and their staff is pretty knowledgeable of what they're selling.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I mean, if you're interested in maple, for sure, come reach out. In being using the product is what I want you to do first.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in getting excited about it as well, I'm happy to help you with that as well. But yeah, I just want people to know that it's out there, it's available. You don't just have to buy it online. It's you can find it at New Leaf, but I do have stock at home as well. I love to have
Perfect.
face to face. So
Sounds good.
Excellent.
Well, get on Google and find Alicia.
Yeah.
Alicia Wilby, thank you so much. And you're not off scot-free.
Cool.
We have a surprise for you.
All
Well,
right.
if you've watched the show, it's going to be a surprise. but-
It's not that much of a surprise, but we do have a speed round, and we're going to ask you some questions.
Oh gosh, I
and
have to think before speaking.
Nope.
No,
No, you got to go. It's like the Friends episode where you got to be like, bing, 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 bing. Like,
Exactly. And I've chosen a few questions that I think will be funny. I mean, fun. Okay, I'm evil. They will be funny.
Okay, good.
Okay.
We're going to start with
Oh, I have to be
texting or talking on the phone.
talking on the phone.
All right. If you could push a button and make everyone in the world 7% happier, but it would also place a worldwide ban on all hairstyling products, would you push it? Now, I'm going to qualify this. Lyle and I, we'd push it.
yep, done.
Yes, I would. Happier is better than good hair day.
There you go.
Well, that's a great answer because
Yeah.
I you were commenting about how you're having
Yeah.
great hair. This question was perfect. First celebrity crush.
Ricky
Ooh.
Schroeder.
Ricky Schroeder?
Really?
Oh, for
Really?
sure.
Wow.
Silver
Yeah.
spoons.
Oh yeah.
Nice, nice. Place you most want to travel to.
That I haven't been to.
I don't think it has to be. No, even if you want to go back
The
somewhere.
rest of Croatia.
Cool.
Ah,
Yes.
excellent. Favorite childhood TV show. Silver Spoons.
Favorite show would probably Fame.
Fame.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And what was your last Halloween costume?
What did we? I'm gonna go with the oldie or goodie because I think that's what I used last. Because I've done it before. I am a kick-ass Axl Rose.
Nice.
I could actually see that.
There is photographic evidence, I believe, on Facebook of that, and yeah, I rock it.
I am going to
rock
be
it
looking
well.
at that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Alicia.
That was easy.
There we go. We've got another one in the can, everybody.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Alicia.
you, guys.
We really appreciate you coming on. And if you want to look into Maple Organics more, you can look up Alicia online. We'll have a link to it on our website, or if you were in the Abbotsford area, you can go to New Leaf Wellness Center, and they have it on the retail there. So, thanks again, Alicia.
Thank you.
On behalf of Reiner and everybody else that helps us with this, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome.